Alright, wasting some time here with a video mainly about the captain skills updates and how they came out, and my opinions on the skills you should get, ones you should avoid, and what kind of ships you need to get them on. First off, though, in 6.0, the first thing really kind of jumped out at me. They're selling the Belfast again, which I'm really excited about. I don't know how to recommend a ship more besides just go ahead and doing this. Now, I know I'm just buying this. I had it on a test account that I had for a bit. Did play it. This ship is just it's so stupid. It is. I'm surprised they're selling it again. Honestly, I thought it was going to go the way of the overpowered ships of yesteryear. And what makes it so silly and OP is it is all intents and purposes in Edinburgh. And Edinburgh is the tier 8 British cruiser, and this is a tier 7 premium. So it's got a lot of things going for it to start off. I'm going to throw my Edinburgh captain in here. So, I mean, it is almost the same ship, same rate of fire. The gun damage is, I think it's similar. It's 3100 AP. Let's see what the AP is on this. 3100 AP, but this gets HE also. It's shocking to me. The only thing this is lacking in comparison to the Edinburgh is I just completely had a brain fart. The repair party. That's the only thing that it doesn't have. And you can get concealment mod on this, which is not a tier 7 ability. It is a tier 8 slot that you get. So it even has extra slots, and you put the concealment mod on it. It goes down to 9.9. We're going to go ahead and grab my Edinburgh captain, throw him on here, and see what we can get done with this guy. He's a 17-point captain. You don't get a fighter with this, I believe, unless I'm just going crazy. Do you get a fighter? No, you don't get a fighter. But we're going to get to concealment expert real quick. That's the main point of it. I am actually starting to lean towards liking priority target now. It's kind of like a poor man's radio position finding almost. I am actually going to put this the RPF on this captain because it is really good at hunting destroyers. I think it's alright. It's not great. I think it gives you a nice amount of information. And there's not a lot of good things on the top row. For most ships, you get priority target, preventative maintenance. I just completely dismissed this. I'm going to shoot whatever is loaded in my guns before I reload. That's just silly to me. And the rest are, direction center for catapult aircraft. That's good, but I would rather go with priority target for a squishy cruiser, especially a squishy cruiser. Not going to go with the extra poofy smoke. It's a bit gimmicky. You don't need it, and I don't see anywhere outside of a competitive match that it actually would make sense. Rear gunner, they don't need that. Adrenaline rush, maybe. I've been thinking about that, but I mean, at half health, it's only a 10% increase to your reload, so it's not great. It's not bad. Last stand. I'm actually going to back out of here for a moment. Jack of all trades could be a nice bonus if you run that flag too, because let's go to this ammunition and consumables. You have 3 really nice consumables. Hydroacoustic search, I'm going to run the premiums on these. I'm also going to put run premium, and I'm going to put the superintendent on this captain in a moment. But mainly this is just me trying to talk up the Belfast at the moment. Oh goodness. And it has surveillance radar. So you combine these 3 things, and man, this ship gets really silly really quick. It has so many tools to hunt destroyers down. It is just, it's impressive that they're selling it again. Hydroacoustic search, I mean, it's a fairly basic one, but man, it's really nice in a cruiser to have that, a smoke, and a radar. You can radar people while you're in smoke. It's amazing. It's the dumbest thing ever. I don't know why they're selling this again. Anyways, it's a fairly maneuverable. I'm not going to worry about the maneuvering. It's, 10 seconds. I don't like being on fire, though. We'll be hunting DDs. We'll go ahead and try that one on there. This is what I had when I was testing it on my test account there. Just throw one of those damage controls on. That's kind of not really a choice there that's interesting at all. And AA are secondaries. We're going to go with more accurate guns. Never hurts. And please don't destroy my weapons. So those are the official names of them if you didn't know. Anyways, we are going to actually check this, what I meant to do. So it's 25 seconds. Here's the rule of thumb I go with personally. This is just me. For gun rotation and whether I take expert marksman or not to increase the rotation. If you have a battleship that the turrets rotate less than or 35 seconds or less, it's not worth taking. If you have a smaller caliber gun that rotates in 15 seconds or less, it's not worth taking. Just the way the math works and what I kind of credit 2 points with. I kind of want to take Jack of all trades. I haven't tried this one on a cruiser yet, but I am going to run the flag too, so that'll cut down my consumable reload by 10%, which is nice. And like I said, we are going to take superintendent and then concealment expert. Those are kind of the what I would say, especially these two, superintendent and concealment expert, extremely important. Now, another dumb thing. The detection range on this is 8.7 because you get this nice handy-dandy concealment system at tier 7. Holy crap, what is Wargaming thinking? They're thinking they want to make some money and they probably want to clear out some doubloons. If you got extra doubloons from the Christmas event, man, here's a good candidate for your hard-won and gambled doubloons. Anyways, and if you probably noticed the cool dragon port they put into the game, which I appreciate. I'm not going to put the other skill I want to talk about right now. Talking about commander skills. Excuse my loud chair. The inert fuses for HE shells, I think it's only worth it for 150 to 155 millimeter guns. And the reason I say that, if you go to the armor viewer for, let's go say, Bismarck's a bad example, because it has 50 millimeters of deck armor, but the bow is still 32, and the aft is also 32. So what the inert fuse for the HE shells does, it will boost up the 150 and up HE shell penetration for cruisers to be able to penetrate 32 millimeters of armor. And the way the penetration for HE shells work, it doesn't matter the angle it hits. If it will beat the armor, you'll get the penetration damage. So 2100 damage on the Belfast, a third of that, 700 something, right? So it's not bad, especially if you're nice and accurate. Have a bow on battleship coming at you, you just aim for the bow and get damage, or obviously the superstructure and get your penetration there too. So it seems like a lot of people don't know that that's how it works as far as the penetration. If it hits it, it penetrates it if it can beat it. And the calculation is it's 1/6 the diameter of the shell. So without the skill, you're in the 27, I think, millimeters penetration. With the skill, gets you above that 32, just enough to where it's auto pain. It's wonderful. I would definitely recommend it on the Kutuzov. Definitely makes the Kutuzov trolly. It's so stupid. And man, so if you are in a American battleship which has 32 millimeters of armor almost everywhere, this is probably going to be a rough patch iteration for everybody that plays these, because this is a big forehand right here. That's a big O forehand. 38 with 180s. I think the 180s will get over 38, or the the bigger caliber cruisers, like the heavy cruisers, can already get through a lot of this anyways. That's why they get those nice damage rolls on battleships sometimes. They hit all the squishy bits. But it really gives opens up some possibilities for getting damage for the light cruisers, which I like, and that's the only thing I'm going to be using it on. I don't have an Akazuki yet, so I don't know about that, but it's my opinion on it. Anyways, as far as radio position finding, I know it's a big, kind of a big thing for a lot of people. I am going to put it on this captain, and I have a clip. I'm going to show a little bit. I think it can be worth it, and it also can be a complete waste. It really depends on the player if you really need it or not. I don't know what I'm going to. The last 3 points I'm going to do with this captain. I'm probably going to play it for a while, but if you make it to the last end of a battle regularly, if you have a decent survival rating, if you're a decent to like a slightly above average player, I think radio location could really help you in-game wise. And the clip I have is basically just it helps you pre-aim, and I mean those few seconds can be of you're already aimed at the target. It cuts out the target then seeing you and maneuvering to mitigate the damage that you're going to send towards them. So the second you see him, you can fire and you get that nice sweet angle on people, and they don't have the reaction time that the couple seconds it would take your turrets to turn over that way. That's kind of, as far as cruiser on cruiser engagement, it's where I kind of see. I haven't had it, haven't been able to play it with Cyclone yet, which I think would be a big, huge, be a really big deal. I think that would be a game-breaking thing during a Cyclone. Having that's just, especially to help with destroyers. I think I'm going to put on a lot of my destroyers, kind of test it out, see how I think it is. And if you don't like this skill and you think it needs to be out of the game, I would recommend taking it and using it to the best of your ability. If you think it is that powerful, I think you should probably try to use it on everything and try to see what you can do with it. And it's probably the best way to convince wargaming, if it is game breaking. I'm not even saying it is or if it isn't. It does give you an advantage in certain situations. I'll say that certainly, but I mean all of these skills do. That's the entire point of having a skill tree. But if you really hate this thing, I think you should probably just use it. See what you can do with it, abuse it. And wargaming, they do keep track of how we spec out our captains, and they do know when certain skills are completely abandoned and nobody uses them. They know that, and you can kind of tell some of these skills, like preventative maintenance, used to be a tier 5 skill. 5 skill points. That's just crazy. It was a 50% reduction to the incapacitation of modules, but nobody used it. So now where it is, it's 30% and it's 1 skill, which is significantly increases its value. I mean, it's a decent skill to have now. I mean, especially if you don't want to get stuff knocked out. Anywho, so that's basically my thoughts so far on the captain skills. I'm going to show you some of those. One of those clips in a Kutuzov that I had, and I kind of got the jump on a Tago. It's probably the shortest and cleanest clip I have of that. Excuse me. Anyways, hopefully y'all enjoy that video. Alright guys, just 2 short clips, one on the Kutuzov. This guy that I'm doing the position fighter right now on, it's late in the game, it's 3 versus 3. I don't think he's a good player because he did just stay right in the same spot. But I mean, he did know where I was. I knew exactly where he was. You know, it does give you the opportunity to get this the first engagement already be pre-aimed. Look, he has the oh crap moment. Starts going forward, tries to aim the guns. It's just too late. If he had the position fighting, that guy, I think he probably wouldn't have been sitting there like Tato, perhaps. No, I don't want to insult the guy. Anyways, definitely caught him off guard. He was not expecting that. Anyways, on to the clip. I have the position fighting on the Udaloy also. Ran around like a madman in the Udaloy this entire match. It was an okay match. This is fairly early in. Teams hadn't, not fairly early, I mean, we're 14 minutes. But the teams really hadn't done too much. A whole bunch of skirmishing and whatnot. there's not really a point to having the position finding right now because, look, we know exactly where the enemy destroyer is. The other enemy destroyer was destroyed already. The other enemy destroyer was destroyed. Amazing commentary. Come here for that. Anyways, I mean, there's not really a point to having the position finding at all right now. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air about it. I'm going to try it on a lot of ships. I'm probably going to reset up a lot of my captains on the 29th, the ones that I have put skills on yet. I don't know. Anyways, this guy, not a good player. German smoke doesn't last long. He overstayed his welcome. Both the enemy destroyers, myself and the other gentleman to the right there, both just waiting for this guy. German destroyer and smoke's like, okay, that's going to be up in a bit. Anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed the commentaries and the videos. Let me know what you think of the captain skills. Belfast, what do you think of the Belfast? Do you think it's OP as snot or not? Let me know. Anyways, hopefully y'all enjoy videos. Come back and see me.